love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I...
Hey, Lex.
Panic and every day's another episode. And to it all, we have to hold on. Face the fears and fight no matter how long. Solid, chatty with every load. Don't panic and every day's another episode. And to it all, we have to hold on. Face the fears and fight no matter how long. The fight only finish with the weak ones. So when that you call, you watch how you respond. Dark face your fears, fight your demons. Firm, we go to a jubilation. He is a heavy load, still a chatana. Have a legacy fi build, so me fi carry on. And the dark days brave, we go to the storm. Now give up none time, cause that's how we born. Solid, Johnny with every load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to it all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. Solid, Johnny with every load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to it all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long.
Solid, just like a rock. Spiritually we fight a lot. They trap them, said Jah cancel that. You just can't stop me, not try do that. Got to be careful of negligence. Move wise, use up your intelligence. Guard of honor like the president. Progress and its evidence. Me no care how much time they want turn me down. Think say me woulda tumble down. Chant to me ancestors big Congo drum. That's why me know me have to overcome. Stand firm and don't lean for no one. You can set up your own program. Have the whole world a sing out your slogan. No time in a slow down. Plus we
Solid, Johnny with every load. Don't panic. days, another episode. And through it all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. Solid. Johnny with every Lord, don't panic. Cause every day's another episode. And through it all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long.
Hey, yo, my G, where you from?
Guyana.
Ghana?
No, Guyana. Yeah. Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughters. We have the land, yo, where many ask for. We never see Katrina, nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, me nah know none must slippy. Guyana, me say big up on no city. Cause this is the dear land of the free, land of the many waters, resources and trees, land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese, land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians. And Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana beach breeze. Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. You from Gravity, are the nicest. Much time, my city, are the hypest. We see them gyal wind up in a some liquor tie dress. We hustle from morning till night catch. Them finno Guyanese, get a youth not like rest. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line them. We not like check. We got gold and diamond, them thing priceless. Timber, bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, Miami is the finest. I mean not talk about the sugar, nor the rice yet. So a Marshall, I drop the Guyanese bomb. For feed the nation, that's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese slang. Guyana, that's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. I came from a land, it have many water, many great sons and many daughters. Is we have the land where many ask for. We never see Katrina or nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, we nah know none must slippy. Guyana, we say big up on no city. Enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Hello, Wagwan. I the nuclear family, hey master, one up fully. A one-time records, a 592, we think that. Hello, Wagwan.
Hey, yo, my G, where you from?
Guyana.
Ghana?
No, Guyana. Yeah. Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughters. We have the land, yo, where many ask for. We never see Katrina, nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, me nah know none must slippy. Guyana, me say big up on no city. Cause this is the dear land of the free, land of the many waters, resources and trees, land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese, land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians. And Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana beach breeze. Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. You from Gravity, are the nicest. Much time, my city, are the hypest. We see them gyal wind up in a some liquor tie dress. We hustle from morning till night catch. Them finno Guyanese, get a youth not like rest. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line them. We not like check. We got gold and diamond, them thing priceless. Timber bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, my army is the finest. I mean, I talk about the sugar, nor the rice yet. So I'm Marshall, I drop the Guyanese bomb. For feed the nation, that's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese and Guyana. That's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about
Wake up, the day is bright, and I feel the blue. Turn it down for your vibe, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel.
News, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire. Wake up, the day is bright, time to feel the flow. Turn your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, or toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. Livewire, we'll give you the way. Running to the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects. It's where people meet. We're wired to your world, we got the news. On Livewire, there's nothing to lose. Livewire, turn and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop from the latest.
We voting for the PPPC again.
Now it's time to renew the mission, to stay the course. The People's Progressive Party Civics journey to victory continues. All roads lead to Albion Estates Road, East Berbice, Tarrantine. Sunday, July 20th, starting from 3 p.m. Be there to hear from President Dr. Irfan Ali, PPP General Secretary Vice President Dr. Barrett Jagbio, Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips, and others. Guyana is on the rise with massive historic achievements in education, housing to healthcare, infrastructure to innovation. As the most trusted political party, we are transforming Guyana for all. Let us rally for the People's Progressive Party Civics journey to victory. Sunday, July 20th at the Albion Estate Road, East Berbice, Tarrantine. Starting from 3 p.m. Vote PPPC. Forward together for a better Guyana.
Good morning to you, and welcome to another episode of Livewire. Don't forget, all roads lead to Albion. Coming Sunday, there's also an activity in Bartica. There are activities across the country. So come out, hear what the government and the party that is in office have to offer you for the next 5 years, and make your judgment based on what you've received thus far, right? I oftentimes hear persons making the argument that the government is supposed to build roads and bridges, but we had a government that was not doing that. The government it's your taxpayers' money, the government giving you cash grants, but they had a government that was not giving you your taxpayers' money as a cash grant. So you must remember these things. You must be cognizant, right? Now, I'll play video for y'all quick. Look. Oh, Lord. Guyana, bye. Anybody watch the General Secretary and Vice President's press conference yesterday? Oh Lord. Oh.
Doggy saying he's looking for a party with loyalty.
No, no,
Are
not,
you
not
are you
that,
prepared?
not that. Oh, doggy is looking for a party with loyalty. That's all a setup thing. I did not know. I actually took it on at face value that doggy had distanced himself. But people say don't believe doggy will change.
All right. Stop. Y'all don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, right? Y'all don't do this to me. People in this comment section saying that I would win here. Look, this here is President Youth Award, right? PYARG. President Youth Award. Please, don't, yeah, please. Don't do it. Don't do it, Livewire family. Don't do it. President Youth Award. This is the Duke of Edinburgh's award, the international award out of England, right? The Mohammeds don't have a lease on blue. Good. Don't y'all do it to me. Don't do it to me, please. Don't do it to me. People in the comment section, Courdel with T, Mohammeds, Jones with win. President Youth Award, Republic of Guyana, Medal of Service. Right? Good.
Every 5 minutes.
I saw Doggy saying he's looking for a party with loyalty.
No,
Are you
not
are you
that,
prepared?
Not that. Oh, doggy is looking for a party with loyalty. That's all a setup thing. I did not know. I actually took it on at face value that doggy had distanced himself.
You see, and that's the kind of guy the general secretary is, you know. You come to him, you say, man, this is what I'm about and stuff. You can take it at face value and try to work with you. But, you know, persons who know these mongrel dogs, just got to keep him aware.
But people say don't believe doggy will change his mind every 5 minutes. So, no, not this party with that kind of loyalty.
I started laughing.
Doggy, you could try with maybe, I don't know, apple.
Everybody people there on. I know people be on.
Look, it's trouble in this place, you know. It's trouble in this place. A lot has been going on. But I want to touch on something very important this morning, right? Since this whole situation would have unfolded, where a Guyanese woman was beaten by one of Team Mohammed's founding members, right? One of their founding members would have assaulted and accosted a woman in broad daylight. Again, I want to show y'all the hypocrisy and the selective outrage of opposition, of the main opposition and its allies. And why I say allies, because all of them come from one place or the other. The main opposition, right? You understand? No, I want everybody on this live to ask yourself this question. You hear me? Ask yourself this question. Anybody has any idea at what time we will hear from Simona Brooms, Amanza Walton Desir, Nigel Hughes, and Aubrey Norton, and the others, all them other 20,000 parties that run in the election? You understand? None of these persons have issued a statement condemning the beating of Girl Zoe. That's her name. That's what they call her, Girl Zoe. The little short, take up young lady, that doggy, bust shit up, thump her up with the gun. Where is Brooms? Where is Amanza? Where is Nigel? Why Nigel didn't run to be her lawyer and represent her? As the leader of the opposition, not a single word. But remember, he can't say nothing because Simona Brooms was part of a whole conspiracy team. Simona Brooms facilitated Vanessa Kissoon on her platform to spread information in relation to an allegation against Aubrey Norton. You are championing the rights of Vanessa Kissoon. So where are you for Girl Zoe? Right? Where are you? Let me get the lady picture. Let me get your picture. No representation. Right? No representation. Y'all know as soon as anything happens, Nigel is usually the first person to ask for free legal services. Usually. As soon as you miss it, pro bono. Come, I can represent you for free. We mightn't win, but I can represent you for free. That's how Nigel is roll. That's how Nigel is roll. I can represent you for free. No speed. Now, this has happened to Girl Zoe. This has happened to Girl Zoe. And no Nigel Hughes. No legal advice for her. Like the man who see the shooting on top of, I think it's Everest, Roofie Bean on or some shit like that. No representation, Nigel. What happened to Girl Zoe? She not Afro-Guyanese enough? Jesus Christ. Look at this here. Oh my gosh. And listen, let me say to you, this is a perfect example of how PNC people think. Look at this. Right? Emmanuel Harris. Now, again, I say to everybody across this country, across the diaspora, when I make representation, when I'm talking on an issue, it's not behind a profile with some potpourri tree and hiding and profile that started 2 weeks ago and them kind of thing. I am meta verified, Emmanuel. Right? I am meta verified. You have to hide your face. This is not a mask. This is me in all my ugliness. Right? I make representation in my voice, with my face, on my platform. Y'all have to hide and collect your 5,000 a day for posting. At least that's the information I would have received. Now, back to what I was saying. So this young lady is Girl Zoe. That's what she's called on social media. Bad Girls, Girl Zoe, and I think it's Bad Catty Girl Zoe. Those are the two profiles she got. Right? That's the two profiles she have. Now, guys, I'm not taking calls this morning, right? Sorry. No calls this morning. Now, again, we haven't heard from Simona Brooms. We haven't heard about Amanza Walton Desir. We haven't heard from Nigel Hughes, Nigel London. We haven't heard from Aubrey Norton. Right? No. The silence from the broom swingers is deafening. You understand? We have heard nothing from the broom swingers. The same people who love to grandstand about women's rights and justice are now mute because the perpetrator is a part of their political circle. Where is the outrage from Simona Brooms, who once claim to be a fierce defender of women. You going in the deepest bush of Guyana and pulling women out of Kaimu. Come, don't let it take come. You are doing that. But not a word on girls up. As a matter of fact, Miss Brooms, what is the outcome with Miss Vanessa Kissoon's allegation against Aubrey Norton? She sat on your platform. Well, there was a contrast between two videos. The backgrounds were the same. So it was alleged that the video was recorded at your house. Right? Based on the backgrounds that were in the two videos. You spoke on the matter. What's the update, Ms. Brooms? Right? You spoke on this matter. You're aware of the matter. So, one, if it's true, why haven't you outright condemned Aubrey Norton and all those who are following him into his presidential bid? If it is true. If it is not true, why haven't you chastised Ms. Vanessa Kissoon for lying on men? So, like, you see what I talk about? Convenient, selective outrage. Simona Brooms only knows certain things when it's happening to certain people. I think her self-righteous persona is so fake. And that's the thing. You see these people who like to play their, oh, so righteous and God and God and God and God and God and God. I hear some stories about Simona Brooms in Bartica with a certain teacher. Is she Arsh's sister? Let me find out again. Let me call this lady. Hold on, let me find out back if it's she or her sister. But I think it's she. With the teacher man in Bartica. This lady. Oh Lord, she must be traveling. She tell me she's going back to the States. She probably traveling. Hold on. If y'all go to Bartica, ask for Simona Brooms. If y'all go to Bartica, ask for Simona Brooms. Morning. I was trying to call your in-law. I guess she's traveling back to the States. I wanted some confirmation. She had told me a story about is either Simona Brooms or her sister and some teacher man up there. Oh no, she called him back. Let me answer shit. Good morning, my friend. No problem. I wanted a reminder. The story with the teacher guy is with Simona Brooms or her sister? Oh, thank you for reminding me. Must let me know when you reach back to your state. I hear you in Miami. Oh, Texas. All right, good. I done the live. Yes, Simona Brooms and the teacher in Bartica. Y'all check it out. Ask anybody from Bartica about Simona Brooms. Don't worry with her. And God will bless me. Don't worry with her. Don't worry with that. That is just a persona for people in town. Y'all got to go to Bartica and ask her out. And y'all gonna hear what a true terrorist is. You understand? Y'all will understand what a true terrorist is. When domestic violence, and that's what I said, sometimes men don't report it, but the got some men, got some women, got them real bad, real bad. No, I want to turn to Manza Walton this year. Now, this former honorable member, because Parliament dissolved, Mr. Manza Walton this year would usually post an essay, a thesis about everything, anything under the sun, even Christina. You understand? She usually has a lot to say about everything. And, you know, and she doesn't usually believe that the mistakes of the past should determine how we move in the future. Okay? Yeah, a thesis or an essay about everything. Except this. We haven't heard a word from a man's Walton in this year about this assault. Now, again, whether girls will decide that she forgive Doggy, at the end of the day, this was caught on camera and should be condemned by everyone far and wide. There is no reason that a society should condone violence against women, violence against children, violence against the elderly. And in general, just general violence. We should be able to sort out our issues without resorting to violence. But you got to remember, all these people and Doggy just brush shoulder. You understand? Before Doggy, and again, I am alleging that Doggy has been deported. There's no reason for Doggy to be in this country so long, given that he's lived in the States for such an extended period. Why don't you walk over there? Why don't you apartment over there? What are you doing there? You understand? So I think he self-deport himself. I think he self-deport. Right? Now, when PPP members are accused of wrongdoings, Amanza is the first. I demand accountability. I demand accountability, okay? You know she's dark and sing. You know she's dark and sing. I demand accountability. But when a woman is beaten by a Team Mohammed campaign leader, not a word Amanza Walton Desir, not a word from you. Come on, man. Look, Emmanuel telling people about their husband and thing. All right, Emmanuel, you gonna take a block. You telling people about their husband and all kind of thing. Who really kind of with this man? Well, we don't know if it's a banner, you know. We don't even know it's who. Because Emmanuel is hiding behind a profile. That we don't, let me go to the profile and see. Oh God, do this on this article. Let me see who Emmanuel is, if he's a real person. And that's what I'm telling you. A lot of these guys, an allegation has been made that a lot of these guys have been recently employed by Emmanuel, a recently formed political party, and that's not the right person. Let me see. Yeah, by a recently formed political party, and they're paid to troll people like me. But that don't bother me. That don't bother me. I just want to identify two persons where, look, this here making sense. This is not a real person. Make I go to my live and see what they commented. I don't know why James Bond live, Guyanese Critic live, I live at the same time. They got more coordination, man. This is nonsense. Yeah. This where he watching from, by Emmanuel going on like a beanie. I ain't seen it. Wait, there we go. All right, Emmanuel Harris, 87 friends. This is what I was trying to show y'all, right? These guys, these profiles, these profiles are usually things that are created for one purpose. They don't really have no other purpose than to try to not let the people know what they got going on. So look at Emmanuel profile, right? This is Emmanuel. He got strong opinions about everything. One photo, not a video, right? About, let me see. Let me see when this profile get created. Life events overview. No information. You understand? So that's what I'm trying to show you. These guys, no, I think you can check when a page is created, not a profile. Right? Details. Okay, details about Emmanuel. Nothing. So Emmanuel, when you grow some testicles and you could come out and represent what you're representing with your face, you understand? We will welcome you back. Until then, you gonna hold this block. You understand? We ain't dealing with no potpourri tree. We want to see your face, represent what you believe in. And that's why, although I lambaste opposition personnel, at least they are brave enough to represent the foolishness that they believe in, sir. And people like you are a disgrace to politics or anybody using their platform to engage and inform persons about what's really going on. Total comic. Back to cricket. Right? So, Amanza, selective feminism isn't feminism at all. Now, I turned to Nigel Hughes. Nigel Hughes talks about human rights, but won't say a word about a gun-toting, woman-beating political activist. Hughes claims to stand for the rule of law, ethics, justice. Where is Carenza Graves Andy Bart? The owner of the idea of the development of banks for women and persons with disabilities. Where is Miss Carenza Graves Andy Bart? Why haven't you encouraged your party leader to denounce that sort of behavior? Or is it that the AFC is on board with that? For somebody who claims to stand for the rule of law, ethics, and justice, why is Nigel Hughes exhibiting dead silence now? Is he afraid of losing votes? Or is his alliance with T. Mohammed's more important than women's safety? And if so, what are the women in that party thinking, especially the ones who recently go there? A comment to Aubrey Norton. We gotta come down. He leading the opposition. What can we say about Aubrey Norton? MIA. MIA. Missing in action. Again. Norton never hesitates to criticize government officials for the smallest thing. Norton does not hesitate to lambaste government officials for the smallest thing. Sometimes in some cases for even nothing. Nothing in happen but hero in effects. But in the face of an actual assault caught on video, he's suddenly on a silent retreat. You better come down from Splash Means if it's this you there. I don't know if you're gone Baganara or somewhere, but you need to come off of that silent retreat. People, I'm saying this to you again. This is not politics. This is cowardice at its best. These people jump out for the scrapes. She's a scrape. She's a part of Scrape Nation. She's a part of the scrape. Look, the lady started with the scrape boss. He has labeled himself the scrape's boss. So, what really going on, man? What really going on? VPAC, Terence Campbell, all of them said they started with the scrapes. What's going on? Why didn't representing this woman? If the opposition can't condemn violence against women when it's happening in their own camp or a camp that they camp out close to, then they have no moral right to lead anyone. Amanza, Nigel, Aubrey. And the bush broom. Y'all have no moral authority to lead anyone. Simone Brooms, tell us what was the outcome between Aubrey and Vanessa's situation. Simone Brooms, tell us about the teacher guy in Bartica that you used to talk to. Tell us how you used to treat him. And if you used to treat him bad, he should go to the station and tell them. I don't know if the statutes of limitation on that. But if he used to get bad treatment or any sort of assault or anything like that from you, he should go to the station. I don't know what's the limitation on it, but if he could still complain, go and complain. Because man, woman, no violence, no violence, no violence. No, we don't want it. Now, I want to ask y'all a serious question. Everybody in the comment section, everybody on this live right now, imagine if this had happened at a PvP rally or event or anything of the sort. I just want the comment section to give me an idea of how y'all think this would have played out. If somebody wearing a PPP jersey, they pull out a gun and start beat a woman in the road, lash up in her hair and going on like we terrible. Y'all can think about it. You think us would have allowed or sit back if this incident had happened at a PvP event or involved PvP people? As would have sit back if the PvP, and we're speaking hypothetically here, if this had happened then and the PvP said, well, like, all right, look, we can pay you, just drop this matter. You think as would have sit back and leave it alone? You think you'd want to done hear from Nigel Hughes? You think you want to hear from Amanza? Simone Bruins would have sweep every road from Wishy there down to Freedom House. Every road she would have sweeping coming through. Where is the false prophet Nigel London? Not a word from him. And you're a man of God? Where's the idiot Dion Besser, whatever the hell he named? A V-pack of stupid people. Not a word from you, but you I'm standing with the scripes. Retard. Where is, well, don't let me call Antonio Hamad. He out of politics completely. He run a gun. Ramaya gone, Antonio Hamad gone. He said he ain't dealing with no political party, he dealing with nothing no more. He is done. But where are all those people? Where's Cathy Hughes? As a woman in the AFC, you're gonna say nothing to support women? Now, if this had happened at a PvP event, the media, the opposition, and every single keyboard warrior would have been in meltdown mode. They would have been losing their minds. Press statement would have flying left, right, and center from the AFC. Aubrey Norton would have had a protest out in front of the president every day. Nigel London would have forget his business and his church in Linden and move to town to protest. Amanza would have be outside with shape and shades, ready to protest. But because it's not the PvP, because it doesn't bring disrepute to the PvP, not a word. Because it's T. Mohammed's girl who has alleged assault, it's suddenly too complicated to comment on. Right? It's suddenly too complicated to comment on. You can't weaponize women's issues only when it suits your political agenda. The four of you who I have called out by name, the sweeping broom, the singing desire, the not so truth-telling Nigel Hughes, and, Aubrey Norton. Just really can't. Aubrey. Y'all are too convenient. Right? It's either you stand up for women always, or you stand for nothing. Right? It's either you stand for women always, or you stand for nothing. My final word to the four of you on this. Hypocrisy is loud, but justice is louder. Justice is louder. So y'all find whatever it is you're holding inside that doesn't allow you to find the testicular fortitude to speak on these matters and pronounce on them as aspiring future leaders of this country. And even if you're in opposition, you're a leader because you're leading in the seat of an opposition member. Right? So people expect more from you guys, a lot more. Now, as you guys know, the General Secretary of the PPP, Dr. Jack Dio, had his press conference yesterday. And he spoke on a plethora of topics, one of them being the PPPC's campaign strength and diversity. Now, he noted that the People's Progressive Party civic campaign launch and nomination events saw unprecedented turnouts, especially from young people, women, and all ethnic groups, a true representation of Guyana's diversity. He also noted that the PPPC's crowd was voluntary, passionate, and informed, unlike APNU and T. Mohammed's, which reportedly paid and coerced attendees. And we see more and more evidence of persons being paid to support political entities. All of us have heard about the book. All of us has heard. I think about Fatan, like my English just spoiled. Jesus Christ. Look, all of us have heard about the book. And that your name has to be in the book, right? So you can get paid. What are you getting paid for if you're supporting a organization, a political organization that you believe in what they're putting out? Right? What are you getting paid for? Now, the General Secretary noted that the interviews with the persons attending nomination day and other events for the PPP shows genuine enthusiasm, right? Whereas other parties struggle to explain why they were present. Now, he did a contrast between track record versus empty promises. He noted that the PPPC has a proven 5-year record of cutting over 200 burdensome taxes and fees from the Guyanese people, creating 60,000 plus jobs, rebuilding infrastructure like schools, hospitals, roads, community roads, things like increasing pension 100%, raising public service salary, I think by 46%. That number may be wrong, but around that area. And a plethora of social grants, dialysis people, because we care, 1.5 grant to every citizen, grant to baby, grant to old people. Everybody get a thing. But then, of course, you know you have to touch on the other side, the APNU AFCT Mohammed side, where there's no clear policy or plans. A lot of sloganeering without substance. Oh, we'll have people-centered development. What people-centered development? Well, it will be centered on the people. Duh! That's how you explain it yourself. Seriously? And the fact that these opposition parties and some of the new ones keep putting forward candidates with no policy experience, criminal backgrounds, and fabricated credentials. So you're trying to tell me that you guys are, not y'all, but the opposition parties and the persons that support them, y'all want the next, if y'all have your way and one of these worries win, y'all really want we to have a riffraff administration? Huh? What y'all really want? A set of Spanish upon Main Street there dancing in the foyer? When the president pulling up the event and the security bust the door too while a Spanish pulling back up his pants? That's where we're going to? We are going towards representation at the international level. Well, wherever, wherever they could travel to, Barbados or wherever. What is Guyana's stance on this issue? Sir, very soon, very shortly, very soon, very shortly, we will let you know. Is y'all want me to go back to 2020 when AP and UAFC made us the laughing stock of the world? I'm surprised nobody contacted Guinness Book of World Records to see if that election period there for Guyana, the 5 months or so, would have been the longest time in the history of the world that a country waits for election results. We could be in the Guinness Book of World Records for that. And if you notice, anytime we are recognized on the international scale for something messed up, there's a certain grouping that's always around. So usually when overseas people, not Guyanese overseas, but Americans or people from Canada or England or any English-speaking area that has an idea about Guyana, the first thing they talk about with Guyana is Jim Jones, right? You know who bring Jim Jones in and give the land in Region 1 for operate? Barnum. Recently, we were completely embarrassed at the 2020 election. Even the most competent interlocutors came and said, incumbent, you lose. Now, we went on to talk about the future plans and the next 5 years under an Irfan Ali-led administration. He noted that those 5 years will be manifesto-driven, grounded, and people-focused. He emphasized on cleaner, safer communities in terms of drainage, garbage management, security, lighting, cameras. He spoke to increased pensions, cash grants, and transport allowance for students. He spoke to technology and AI-driven development. He spoke to financial literacy, equity, and wealth creation opportunities for Guyanese. He spoke to expanding youth participation and civic values. He spoke to road safety, traffic reform, and digital policing. And this Nimrod, Sherrod Duncan, on his news outlet, credible source, does a post saying police gonna lose the job because the government digitizing police. Now, could you imagine that currently in 2025, the police still taking written statement in a book? You realize if you gave a statement 6 months ago, remember the book got full, the new book got come. So if you give a statement 6 months ago, and your matter, your police matter is starting to make some headway, or your lawyer say, man, I want to see the police statement. You know them police ranks got to go and box through a set of books to find what that is a statement. No, the statement is come on paper. The occurrence got an occurrence book. You got to go and flip through. Go in a closet or a drawer with a set of books and flip through to look for it. So how making the police job easier so they have less time wasting, looking for documents and actually executing their duties is putting them on the breadline, Nimrod Duncan. This guy is so, what's the word I want to use? It is laughable, the efforts of Sherrod Duncan. So imagine this wretch jump ship from AFC to APNU and it make it on the APNU list. Now, Daniel, Peter, James, Trisha, these people saw they couldn't work in that area, came over to another, right? They're being elevated and promoted and being allowed to impact a nation in a meaningful way, something they couldn't do there. Something they couldn't do there. And this Nimrod trying to make it seem like long-standing PPP members feel slighted. Until they complain about that, Sherrod, or you have evidence of them complaining about that, you shut your mouth. At the end of the day, James Bond, Trisha Richards, Daniel Siram, Gita Chandan Edmonds on the list of the PPP will still accomplish more than you guys over there. When y'all were in government, out of government, on vacation, in the lunchroom at Parliament, wherever you are. And it must mean something, Nimrod, if the party you left your party to go to don't even see it fit to put you on the list. So study that. Don't study James Bond. Because at the end of the day, when the PPP win these elections here, James Bond will be able to make an impact on the lives of Guyanese. Daniel Siram will be able to make an impact on the life of Guyanese. Gita Chandan Edmonds will be able to make an impact on the life of Guyanese. That's why the lady must eat binge drinking, because she's surrounded by a set of worries. Now I feel sad that I went so hard after her for the stuff in Parliament. You know what is it to be surrounded by a pack of idiots and you can't get nowhere, you're making no progress, you're doing nothing? I could understand why somebody would take a drink because it's stressing them out. You can imagine you want to impact your community, you want to impact your country, but you're surrounded by some listless, useless publicity whores. Useless. So you frustrated. You know you go to Parliament, you read, you think you're going to get nowhere, you can't accomplish nothing because you're associated with uselessness. You will drink alcohol, so I understand. I bet you it don't happen again. You understand? Because her time will be utilized properly, impacting lives, making a difference. Not sitting up, twiddling her thumbs at Congress Place. And that's what people need to remember. Right? Now, the General Secretary spoke to the confirmation of a development bank. Now, the PPPC will establish a state-led development bank. This would, he alluded to the seed capital already being available, and he noted that it will support entrepreneurship, small businesses, and wealth creation, especially for youth, women, and rural communities. It will also collaborate with private banks, helping to de-risk commercial lending. Now, the General Secretary turned to us and the Team Mohammed Party. Now, he reaffirmed that us is under U.S. OFAC sanctions for money laundering and drug trafficking. He confirmed that us is surrounded by criminals, including Doggy, who is a criminal and wanted by the police, who beat a woman with a gun over rally money. Right? Now Mohammed, not the big one, the little one, Ass, is attempting to cover up the beating, offering the lady a $500,000 bribe and harboring the perpetrator. Now, despite this, we got some information yesterday that several persons with questionable character are lodged on the wins list. Nobody with any good standing wants to associate with Team Mohammed's. Full script nation. Right? Now, he also touched on some media bias from the opposition, and it showed collaboration between some of these opposition parties and some media houses. Now, he spoke about the mainstream media's double standard and gave an example. Starbrook News headlined Nigel Darmla's candidacy, but buried or ignored the donkey scandal. What angle Starbrook News really taking? Now, the APNU and AFC secretly coordinated with Mohammed to divide the PPP's base. Now that it has backfired, everybody running helter-skelter. All them scrapes you see with Mohammed was supposed to be between the PNC and the AFC. Well, the AFC don't really deal with scrapes. Remember, they higher upper echelons of society. Right? And the funny thing is, a lot of times, us and other persons like to compare other politicians to us in terms of sanctions. Baltasir was never sanctioned by OFAC. Moody was never sanctioned by OFAC. President Irfan Ali, even during his presidential candidacy stage, was never sanctioned by OFAC. At no point in time. And we need to understand the difference between OFAC sanctions, religious sanctions, and local legal issues. Right? Now, the General Secretary also spoke about the leadership and the credibility gap. Right? He spoke about the PPP's list, including experienced ministers, professionals, youth leaders, and policy experts. When it comes to Team Mohammed's and the APNU, They're filled with rejected, recycled, and disgraced individuals, many of whom jump parties for personal gain. So when I say rejected, I'm talking about Mark DeForge, who was rejected by his own party. Everybody left the party and leave him there. When I talk about recycled, I am talking about people like David Hines' daughter and Natasha Lee Williams. Y'all come back around again? For what? Y'all didn't serve no purpose in the coalition in parliament. Nothing of significance. Even Annette, I would say bring back Annette and let y'all go along away. At least Annette used to give me a little joke. Rather snatch the mace. Talking about I swear, I think Annette Ferguson is the funniest person in this country. When Annette get up to talk in parliament, is always bring a smile to my face. Some of the stuff she just say. Right? I said to disgraced individuals. Tabitha and the scholarship that a Guyanese could get, a regular Guyanese citizen could get. Because she getting an MP salary, so she could have paid to study. You understand? People like Mark Goring, who he can't survive. So he jumped ship, hoping that, a payday can come soon. He could just get out of the game. The General Secretary laughed that as is so unprepared that he can't read a script without a mistake. He got to rely on his handlers like Optimus Primus. I have a photo I go for show y'all. This AI thing is crazy. So I said, man, let me see what will happen if I ask AI to give me a photo of something called Optimus Primus. What would happen? Wait, I didn't download this thing. I see it on Facebook. People generating all kind of AI images. Right? Hold on a second. Sorry. Where is it? Got to be right here. I said people generating all kind of AI thing. Let me try. I just do. I go and click the thing and hold on. It look like it coming back here. Just as all right, good. Here it is. Let me download. Right. So this is what AI put out. I said, but which stupidness is this? So look, this is what I asked AI to give me a version of Odessa Primus and Optimus Prime. This is what we got. This is what we got. This is what AI. This is what AI give me. Look. Oh my gosh. It's trouble in this place. Trouble in this place. Anyway, Optimus Primus. Right? Remember your site here. This is Optimus Primus. Now, again, you see the difference of the caliber of people that are associating themselves and gearing up to represent the PPP at this election. Right? Guys, I'm sorry, but I have to cut short here. I got a bunch of assignments to do today. I got to get out early. Don't forget, this Sunday at Albion, there'll be the rally up there. There's also a meeting at Potentia Market Square today at 3 o'clock. So if you're in that area, you can come out and listen to the plans the government has for the next 5 years and how you are included and how you will benefit from those plans. Right? Be good Guyanese this weekend. Please ease with the drinking and driving. Drink an energy drink if you want to drink something. This is bad. This has got you tingling, C4. Whoever bringing this, trouble. Right? Be good, Guyanese. I'll see you guys here Monday, same time, same place. And as I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one Guyana.
We are a peaceful people. Struggle as
when we roll, we don't roll alone. So anywhere that we go, you feel I'm moving every with me, family. With me, family. When we come to play, we mash up and turn up dance, we like a
We voting for the PPPC again.
Now it's time to renew the mission to stay the course. The People's Progressive Party Civic's journey to victory continues. All roads lead to Albion Estates Road, East Berbice, Tarrantine. Sunday, July 20th, starting from 3 p.m. Be there to hear from President Dr. Irfan Ali, PPP General Secretary Vice President Dr. Barrett Jagdeo, Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips, and others. Guyana is on the rise with massive historic achievements in education, housing to healthcare, infrastructure to innovation. As the most trusted political party, we are transforming Guyana for all. Let us rally for the People's Progressive Party Civic's journey to victory. Sunday, July 20th at the Albion Estate Road, East Berbice, Tarrantine. Starting from 3 p.m. Vote PPPC. Forward together for a better Guyana.
Vote for your country and party. And finally, we voting for the PPP. And finally, vote for your people and party. And finally, we voting for the